Are Kroxigor Ancients boxing champions in patch 6.3.4? The real question is how they compare to Nakai, isn't it? Let's dig into that. Recruited for a nominal 1200 gold and a very consistent 300 upkeep. On Ultra they come at 6368 health, no mounts ever. Armor is 120, missile resistance 15% as standard, leadership 75, speed 46, charge speed 78. That's what we'd expect of Kroxigors. Melee attack begins at the unusual figure of 49. Attack interval 4 seconds as standard, splash target size medium, so bore boys on down, and max targets damaged by splash of 5. Melee defense 32 is pretty low. Weapon strength 460 is split base 140, and armor piercing 320, with a bonus versus infantry of 25, as in the Ancient punches down. Charge bonus is 24, which isn't much, and mass is 3500, which kind of is. Even at rank 1, the Lord has access to the active ability Monstrous Strength, 90-second cooldown, 35 seconds duration, self-only, plus 25% to both types of melee damage, plus 16 bonus versus infantry. While the bonus is mainly useful targeting really elite foot lords, the damage is always welcome. The Lord is considered a siege attacker, but does not have Wallbreaker, has Hide in Forest, causes Fear, the cold-blooded anti-rampage single-target active ability, Primal Instincts, and Predatory Fighter passives, and the rest all cover in skills. This won't take long because the blue and red line skills are exactly as standard. The yellow combat line is exactly like we see for Nakai, right down to Miasma of Despair, which turns into Aura of Inertia at the end. That's not some bad thing either. Less speed and leadership, and then adding on Bleeding Fatigue makes the enemy easier to break and easier to catch once broken. Good for snowballing. The top line similarly follows Nakai, so Obedience brings victory at a mere rank 4 bears mention. Leadership effect plus 5 for a total of plus 8, and then plus 13 once you add the first red line skill pip. Aura size plus 50%. Reptilian Resilience at rank 8 is 10% health for 1 pip. The others are standard missile and spell resistance plus 10% for a pip each. Available starting at rank 10, the personal line begins with Obdurate Till Death, granting plus 5 melee attack and melee defense as a passive to allies in a 35-meter radius, while simple a free, absolutely free, plus 5 melee attack and melee defense in the Lord's proximity, helping the Lord too, I might add, is extremely welcome in this faction. He certainly punches better than a corpse cart. Reptilian Instincts simply adds weapon strength plus 10% and charge bonus plus 15 flat to the Lord himself, and that's getting his numbers very decent in a hurry. This is before items. Intimidating Bulk, if I tune out a visual bug here, should be bonus versus large plus 10 and causes terror. Simple and good. The last two pips are mutually exclusive. Pick the one you prefer. Although I am told that for Nakai, the Kroxigor Ancients actually can pick both. Meat Shield grants 10% physical resistance to all Kroxigor units, but Dealer of Death competes fiercely with this, offering plus 10% weapon strength and melee attack plus 8 for Kroxigor units. This is almost, but not quite as good as Nakai's Frenzy for them. But if you want them to operate without need of much magical support, and similar stuff, this is a really good skill. Not that physical resistance is bad, but I'd use it as a curveball against mortal factions. Unless using Nakai, and then you can just use both anyway. So, there you have it. That's the Ancient Kroxigor for you. The thing to keep in mind about them is that they have much more of their strength at rank 1 than a lot of competing lords do, so I've always prized them as one Krox armies to reinforce settlements facing a rebellion and the like. They're beefy normally, and just remember, they punch down, not up, as their basic mindset. It's nice to know someone does, because there's plenty of anti-large among heroes and lords. Beyond that is pretty much put them in the center of the fighting, and make sure to pop Monstrous Strength at an opportune moment. Take care, and have fun spreading despair, like a deadly miasma around you.